as I acquired the plumbing business, I was acquiring a business that I was going to bring into my company. It's a department I wanted to start. I'll give you a couple of things maybe to think about. Like, let's say you owned an HVAC company and you said, hey, I'm going to add plumbing as a trade. I think you got to stop and say, well, why am I doing that? And, not beyond just to try to make more money or something superficial. What's the core reason for this, right? One of the core reasons that I found is a big win is it's very, very healthy in your company to demonstrate that you're growing. And you're growing in interesting ways that people want to be a part of something. If you're not growing, look for turnover in your company. I think another reason that we did this is because, and one of the real good reasons is that we already have this core database of customers. Adding that service line for my customers serves my customers at a high level, and I don't have to market for it, right? I can just let my customers know they'll start using us for it. So you need to be at a size to where that's the truth. And a lot of people think that truth is earlier, and a lot of that's just ego getting in the way, right? I want to add, I've got a $3 million HVAC company. I'm going to add plumbing. That's what I'm going to do to help grow my company. Prepare to throw a grenade into your call center. It's just not going to work. What you need to do is you got to do a little bit of math and think a little bit and say, is this going to actually, am I at a place where my core business can serve this at a high enough level to make it easier? If it can't, you're just opening a second business under the same roof. And that's a bad idea because it's hard enough to run one business. Don't try to run two. So one of the wins that I had in buying a plumbing company, I guess they're all wins. The first company we couldn't buy because we crashed and burned. We took too long. We made things matter that don't really matter. Come up with the core things that actually matter about why you're buying a plumbing company and stick to it. There's a good chance those founders are gone anyway. Even if they sign an agreement or you put them on a great payroll, just plan on them being gone. And if you can see the business without them in it and in your companies, keep going, right? If you think that if they're gone, the deal's crashed, don't do the deal. Another thing is you got to get it done. You got to think about timelines. This is where humans get involved. When you're buying a company and somebody's got an emotional connection to this thing they built the same way that you do to the business that you built, you've got to be sensitive to that. Things like, I had one deal went south because the guy wanted to be able to keep the name of the company after we bought it. And he was worried about that legacy that he had with the name. And I had a deal crash because of that. It's crazy. So I'm like, why do you care what the business is called once you don't own it anymore? But he does. And if you want to get the deal done, you got to think about these things that matter to them in a way so all these little things that these nuances, they'll cause a deal to not get done. You got to have the money to get the deal done. You got to be ready to exchange the money immediately. And I think there's a few other things. I'd planned for probably, like when I bought my first plumbing company that we closed on, it had 6 trucks, 6 guys, and did a little over $1 million a year. And we were able to immediately, we probably lost half of those people within 6 months. Only one of those guys is still on my team here now 4 or 5 years later. But the reason I bought that company is because I could plug the whole company straight into mine, right? It was turnkey. If you hire one plumber, you're now the plumbing manager. If you buy a company, you've bought an entire system, and then you plug that into your company. Don't change anything. Don't break the machine. It's already enough discomfort and change especially for a plumber, that they don't like change. So when those guys, you want to just take it easy on them. And then maybe after 2 or 3 months, start off with changes when you buy a company into the company you plugged in that are going to move the needle, right? But move the needle for them. Like if you're going to change the pay plan, it better improve their quality of life. If all the changes you make initially give them wins before you start doing any procedural stuff that they might not see any gains out of.